hope you guys are doing fantastic today and this week. And we know that we have lots of things happening out in the world. And it's one of those, let's wait and see. I'm in the wait and see category of I'm not really sure I'm ready to go out and embark on eating at a restaurant or whatnot. Let's go ahead and get our body moving here, stepping your feet nice and wide. Let your toes be angled out here. Take an inhale breath, reach it up. And as you exhale, just cross behind your head and press that out. Inhaling up and exhale that out. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach and stretch. And exhale, press and engage. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale it out. Once more, inhaling up. And exhale that out. Go ahead and lean on over. Press your hands to the inside of your knees. Grab your right shoulder towards your left knee. Feel that stretch to the side body. And then over to the other side. Come to center, touch your hands down. Just move your hips side to side. So you might have to get your feet a little further apart from one another. If you want to make this a little more challenging, let your seat lower and get your hands away from the earth. Moving side to side. Breathing here. And take it for 5 more. And 4. 3. 2. Last one each side. Drop your seat on down towards your right heel. Flex through your left. Keep a micro bend in that left knee. Taking good care of yourself. If you want, you can start to work your right heel down. Stretch your arms forward in opposition. As you walk your hands back, go ahead and pivot. Find yourself in a lunge shape here. And just bend into your right knee. Drop your left knee down and then straighten through. Bending, drop the knee down and straighten. A few more like this. I know next time that your back knee drops down, just let it hang out there. Hands are still underneath your shoulders. You can bend into that knee, send your toes skyward, stretching into your quads. Lower that foot down, lift and stretch back into your hamstrings. You can press through the ball of your right foot, lift your toes up. Keep that micro bend in your right knee and maybe lift your whole foot up, pressing your heel down into the earth. I'm going to plant through, walk your hands back towards midline, and then all the way over to your left. Find that lunge stretch. You can walk your hands out in front, lower your left heel towards the earth. Keep that micro bend in your right knee. And as you come on up, pivot so that you're facing that left knee. And drop the knee down, lift the heart, and then straighten through. Coming forward, lower the knee, feel that hip stretch. And lengthen through, feel calf stretch and hamstring stretch. Let's do that once more through. As you come forward and drop the right knee down, you could bend into that knee, send your toes up skyward. Feel that stretch. And lower it down, lift and stretch back. Press through the ball of your left foot to lift your toes. You can flex to the whole foot, pressing your heel down and away, lifting your left hip up and back. Oh, that stretch feels fabulous. As you lower the foot down, just walk it on towards midline. Let your feet come slightly narrower. Take a hold of your weights, or maybe come on up and get a hold of them and then reach yourself all the way up. Elbows out towards the side body, shoulders back and down. Perch yourself on that bar stool and bend straight in here. Breathe into it. Lift your chest, shoulders back and down. Let your belly lift up. And pull back towards your spine. So that squeeze up at the top. Notice the weight in your feet. Sometimes we collapse the knees in here, really work them outward. Four corners of each foot grounding into your mat. Five more like this. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you let your hands come down, just in line with your elbows, pull your arms away from you and pull back, 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 back. Really try to squeeze your shoulder blades in towards one another. You're strengthening these muscles. And in that strength, you start to lose that achiness that we get right there between the shoulder blades from weak rhomboids. Breathe into it, create that strength, pull your shoulder blades back on your back. Work it here. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower the arms down. Let your feet be parallel to one another. Check it out. And then just slide right hand down. Lift your left arm up like you're lifting up a pair of pants way up high. And then up to center and over to the other side. Back and forth. Keep your belly in. It's going to help to support your spine as you move side to side. Now, as you move side to side, you might feel it in your legs too. I promise that you will probably feel this in your side body. If it's not tomorrow, the day after. And reach down as far as you can. Good. Work it out, whittling away the waistband. All right. 5 more. Last 4. This is 3. Last 2. And last 1. Good. As you reach that left hand down, stretch your right arm all the way up. Hold on to that weight and push your weight as far away from your shoulders as you can get it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Slide it down the right leg. Stretch your left arm up. Holding that weight. Don't let your arm get heavy on your head. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come all the way up. Turn to face your right leg. Find yourself in a warrior A stance. If that's not as comfortable, you can always lift that back heel. Maybe for stability, it's down. Let's take those arms right by the side body. Lean the body forward. Now pull everything in and up, and bend into your elbows and straighten. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together and release. Feel that lift and lower. Let it be controlled both directions. Breathing here. Working it. Can you get your shoulder blades closer to one another on your back? Try to keep them there. Good work. Keep the belly engaged. Left hip forward, right hip back. Last 5. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Lift up, tricep kickbacks. Try to look about 6 feet in front of you on the floor, and that'll keep your head in a more neutral position. Sometimes we jut our chin forward here. That rounds our shoulders. Sometimes we drop our head, and that creates tension in the back of the neck. That's not needed. Breathe and work. Get that full extension. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Lift all the way up. Here we go. Bend and press. Keep your belly drawn in. Your back leg engaged. Drop your shoulder blades down your back. Let your arms move right in line with your side body. Right by your ears and down. Work into it. Build that strength in your shoulders. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and lower those weights on down. Ooh, all right, shake that out a little bit. Come into a little chair squat, and it's more of a bar stool squat, right? Let your arms be out in front of you. Pull your shoulders back and down. Lift your belly, and then straighten. Squeeze it nice and tight up at the top. Controlled movements on the way down. Breathe here. Good. You can do this. Last 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Good. Let your hands just be right at elbow height. Let your hands fold out, out, out. So elbows never come back behind you is more from just right at your side waistband and forward from there. Keep it going. Feel that work. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Roll it out. We're going to have the opposite foot forward. Left foot forward. Right foot back, perhaps. Bend into your left knee. You know, that right heel can't be lifted. If that's more your stability place, then be there. Good. Bend into that knee. Pull your belly in. Support your spine no matter where you are. Chest stays upright. Palms face back. You lift up and lower. Up and lower. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. Reminding the shoulders, they don't have to do all this work themselves. The arms are doing quite a bit. You want to feel your back muscles helping. Lift those arms up. Breathe. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Reach the arms up. Keep your arms parallel to one another. Bend and straighten. Get that extension up at the top. Watch that you don't knock yourself in the head. Keeping your hands parted. Shoulder distance apart. Breathe into it. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, lower those arms on down. Roll out your shoulders. So you got one more in this position. We can do it. It's just one exercise, ladies. Bring those arms out. Your elbows can be a little bit bent. And just roll forward and back. Forward and back. Keep your shoulder blades back and down. Good. You can do it. This is the last one. Come on. Make it happen. All right. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Go ahead and lower those weights on down. Step on up. Find that vine behind you. Stretch your arms away. You can straighten through your legs until you feel that stretch to your lower back, to your hamstrings. You don't want to overdo this one. And let your right shoulder drop down towards your right knee. Through center and other side. Bring it to center, arms to the back body, roll yourself on up, pull your knuckles down towards your heels. Pull your shoulder blades as close together as they'll go. Breathe into it. Good, and release. Reach the arms on up. Take a hold of your right elbow. Head to your forearm, reach your fingertips towards the space between your shoulder blades. Let your feet be parallel to one another. And you can let your shoulders move over to the left. That feels good. As you come up, drop the arm across the body. Give it a little tug. And as you release, you're going to take your left hand back behind you. Reach your right arm up. Take a hold of your left ear and just stretch your head over towards the right. Pull your left shoulder down. Nice. Release. Come on up. Left arm stretches up. Take hold of the right. Press head onto forearm so your chin doesn't drop down. And then start to lean your shoulders over to your right. And as you come up, lower the arm across the body. Hug that left elbow over towards the right side. As you release, take the right hand back behind you. Press the hand into the back. Let the left arm stretch up. Hold onto your right ear. And you're using a little bit of strength. Now you're not yanking your head. You're not trying to pull it right on off. But you do want to feel that stretch. Reaching your right shoulder down and away. Crown of your head, reaching away. And this time as you release, just take both hands back behind you. Try to pull your elbows away from one another. Feel that stretch there. And then just take it forward. Keep your elbows trying to draw down towards the floor. You'll stretch your shoulders. Lowering your seat as low as you can get it, maybe in line with your knees if you're lucky. And just release your hands on down. Let them be like spaghetti noodles after they're cooked. And just work your way back up, swinging your arms. Let that go. Some you won't need your weights, so we'll be moving ourselves on up to your support, whatever that may be in the way of a bar. We will be using something to squeeze into. If a ball is not in your repertoire at home, you could use like a hand towel that's rolled up. This one my daughter used the other day with a rubber band just to kind of keep it secure. Ready to go? We're going to take that, whatever it is you have, and place it between your knees, just above your knees on the thigh. Let your feet be parallel to one another. Sit yourself down onto that low bar stool, counter stool. Pull your belly in, and then just squeeze the ball. Now your left hand could be on your left hip. Your left arm can be out if you like. If you want more shoulder work, absolutely take your arm on out. Breathe here. We're going to be doing a little bit of inner and outer thigh here at the bar. Right now we're getting the inner. Just in case you were wondering. Breathe into it. Squeeze that ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Feel your belly hugging in. Your tail might be heavy here. Your heart is definitely lifted. Your shoulders are soft and away from your ears. Keep working. Notice if your seat's doing any of this work. Let it all be from the inner thighs, the adductors. Almost there. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that support on out. You're gonna reach on up with your left arm, stretch over. Good, so now your elbow's gonna rest on whatever support it is you have. You're gonna lift that knee up and then pull elbow down, stretch out. Don't let your toe touch down. Let it stretch out and bring knee to elbow. Reach, knee to elbow. Reach, knee to elbow. Hi, Jewel. Work it here. You just have 5 more. And 4, and 3, 2. Last one, good. Lower that down. Give yourself a little wiggle. And we're gonna take it to face the bar. Lean yourself on over the bar. Bring that ball behind your right knee. Squeeze the ball, and now squeeze your knees together. And then inwardly rotate your right knee in towards the left, so your right heel is now wider than your hip. Pull your belly in, and now just squeeze the ball. Breathe into it. And so what we're doing here with this internal rotation is we're making the outer hip not do this work for us. It's a little stretch over the glutes, to the piriformis, as we work the hamstring. These inward rotations, making the inner thighs do a little bit of work for us, which is kind of nice too. Breathe into it. Almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take that ball on out. Stretch back and just feel the back of the knee, the stretch, the hamstrings, the calf muscle even. And then that ball is going to come right back into place. You're going to keep your left elbow on your support. Your right hand's going to press down and just lift that right knee up about hip height. And then we're just going to lift lower here. Lift, 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 lift. Keep your foot flexed. Keep the squeeze into your ball. Work your knee as far back behind you as you can get it. Keep it going. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that down. Little shake it out. Okay, ball behind the left knee. Get it nice and secure. Push the knees together, and then inwardly rotate your left kneecap towards your right. Let your left heel come out so you can see it. And then squeeze, 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 squeeze. Keep your belly engaged. We don't want to tax the lower back. So we always want to keep the belly lifted. We don't want to create tension, so we let our shoulder and our face relax, even though we're working hard into our lower body right now. And keep it going. Almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you release that ball, just step back with your left foot. Push your heel down, stretch it out. And let's work the outer hip. Bringing the ball back in place. Give it a squeeze. Right elbow can rest, left hand can rest. Lift that knee up and then this little pulses up, up, up from there. Keeping your knee as much in line with your hip as you can, opening it as far back as it will go. And you relax in your face, no grimacing here. A smile makes everything 25% easier. Keep it going, squeeze into it. Lift, 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 lift. Almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that down. Woo. Wiggle out the booty. Good. I have a little bit of work to do on the other side. Take this ball back between the knees. Squat it down here. And you can lift your heels. And even if you lift your heels just a little bit, you're working into your arches, you're working into your ankles and your calves. The higher you lift your heels, obviously, the more you're working into it. If you had your left arm out in the beginning, you'll want your right arm out, otherwise it can rest on your hip. Now squeeze the ball, hold the squeeze. And we're gonna feel tuck, tuck, tuck of the pelvis. Feel your belly draw back to pull your tailbone underneath you. Keep squeezing that ball. Don't let it go. Work it here. Almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those heels down. Take the ball on out. We're going to just stretch that ball all the way up and over. Give yourself a side stretch here. And then bring that knee on up. Hug elbow to knee. And then stretch. And you're trying to reach your leg out and away as high as it will go. Halfway there. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gotta lower that down. Give yourself a little wiggle here. Oh yeah. Good. Don't need your ball for this next one. Let yourself face out. Now you can use your support for balance if you like, or you can not use your support at all. Let your feet come into a very moderate first position. Your heels are probably not going to be touching. Bend into your knees. Feel the weight of your tailbone down, your belly in, your shoulders back. Take your right leg forward And then just lift, 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 lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and stretch, 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 stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, switch sides, and lift, 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 lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stretch, 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 stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, switching sides, right leg out, knee outwardly rotated, lifting here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and stretch, 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 stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down, bend into that knee, belly is in, left leg out, and lift, 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 lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and stretch, stretch, reach your toes far away from your hip as it will go for 3, 2, and 1. Once more, each side. Left foot grounds, right leg out. Lift, 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 lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stretch, 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 stretch. Really reach for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Left leg out. Navel in. Lift, 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 lift. Keep lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stretch, stretch, really stretch, stretch, stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Wiggle that out. Let it go. Shake a leg. That usually feels pretty good. All right, ladies, let's stretch out. None of this stuff that we were just working so hard. If you have something in your way like I did, you can go ahead and clear your mat of that. Come on down, letting that right foot be forward in a lunge shape. Drop your left knee on down. Now we were here in the beginning of class, just notice if this feels a little bit different now. I'm enjoying that I have my fan here. It's really cooling me up. Starting to get a little hot in the house, you know. You can pull that back knee forward and then into the knee. Your right hand can reach back if you like for that left foot. And release. Work your way back into a half split, flexing through that foot. And lift your tail up towards the ceiling. Feel the inside edge of your right heel push down. And lengthen your right hip up and back. Nice. Coming forward, take both hands to the inside, walk it so that you can drop your knees on down to your mat. Now your heels can be angled inward, and if that's better for your knees, better for the stretch for you, then please take them there. The ideal, and that's what ideal, right, is that heels are in line with your knees. And you can lower yourself down, maybe onto your elbows, with a stretch to the groin. Frog stretch. You can ease your hips a little bit forward and back. And you might notice that you get a deeper stretch as your hips move back in line with your knees. Breathe into it. This is such a good stretch, not just for the groin, but it's also a nice way to get the head of the femurs nice and deep into the hip sockets, releasing tension, moving the synovial fluid around so that you have a greater range of motion. All right, hands come to where your elbows may have been, and then just rock your hips forward. That's going to give you enough space. And bring the knees closer in, turn it back, and step your left foot forward. Right knee is back, and we're just feeling that stretch to the right hip flexors. That's pretty darn good. You can stay right here. You can bend into that knee. Let your body weight move forward. Reaching back maybe with the left hand to take a hold of the right foot. That's going to definitely deepen the stretch. And as you release, work your way back. Feel your left hip pull up and back and your tail lift up and back. Keep a micro bend behind the knee, protecting, and so we don't overstretch there. The left inner heel is pressing down and forward. Breathe. And come back forward into that lunge shape. Just slide it on back. Cross at your ankles. Time to sit. I'm just taking your left knee, walk it in. And take your right foot. Maybe you're crossing it over. It could be right in front. And just let that knee drop on out. Outer hip stretch as you walk it forward. You keep your foot flexed, especially if you have it elevated. Keeping the foot flexed will help keep from signaling that ankle. Keeping the ankle safe. And the flexion of the foot activates the muscles that protect your knee and stabilize it as well. So all kinds of good things come from flexing that foot. And as you walk it on up, wiggle your left knee closer in and plant your right foot on out. And just pull your tailbone back. Feel that stretch now onto your outer hip. A little different area, right? And release by rolling back. Let's switch out the legs. Left foot can cross in front. You can flex through that foot. And if the ankle can find the top of the knee, cool. And if it can't, hey, that's cool too. You're going to get a stretch either way. Feel your tailbone lifting up and back. And just walk it forward here. Breathe into it. As you walk it on up, kind of wiggle left foot in front of the right thigh, right foot towards the left hip, interlace over that left shin, and all we're doing is hugging that knee in towards the body, putting some weight onto both sits bones. Feel the shoulders pull back and down, and get a little stretch to your outer hip. And round it out to bring both knees to the mat. Walk it on back. Onto your belly. We're going to do a little bit of spine strengthening. So you're going to have here a stacked hand position. Your forehead's going to be down. We're going to be swimming with the legs, and then we'll switch it up. So find yourself in a position, one hand stacked on top of the other. Let your legs be nice and long. So you might wiggle your hips to get your hips further away from your shoulders, your toes further away from your hips as you lengthen through the big toe side of your foot. Feel your tailbone, pull it down towards your heels, and you're going to activate into your glute muscles, and that's going to help to stabilize and protect your back as you strengthen. Now lift both legs up here, and then just flutter kick. And you don't want to be making big splashes, so there's no bend of the knees. This is all coming from your hips. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Try to reach your toes further away from you. Your seat is squeezed quite tight. Keep swimming along here. You can do this. Almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs down, release the seat. Bend into your knees, let your toes face up towards the ceiling, and you just windshield wiper your legs side to side. All right, let those legs come out long. Now reach your arms out in front of you. Now you can peek up your palms and press your fingers down like you got a cupcake underneath each one of those. And then pull your tailbone down towards your heels. Lift your belly up. Lift your legs up. Lift your chest up. And now start to flutter your legs. Now you can keep your hands right where they are. If you would like, you can get them involved too. Swim it out. Keep working. This is it for this exercise, so don't let cheat yourself here. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Splash landing. Hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up and back. Stretch into a child's pose. And walk yourself on up. Bring your seat to the mat. Have a little bit of ab work to do today. So you're gonna let your feet be about hip distance apart. Press down into your feet and feel your glutes engage, and now feel your belly hugging towards your spine. Start to roll yourself back. You're still holding onto your knees. Pull your belly in deeper here, and now release your hands. Good, rock it back and pull yourself up. And now you're staying in a working zone. You're not coming all the way up, nor are you going all the way back. Keep pushing your feet down. Pull your belly in. Breathe here. Good. Work into it. Ten more. Last 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Lower yourself all the way down. Stretch your legs long. Wiggle out the legs. Good. Taking the soles of the feet on down to the mat, stretch your arms out like a T, lift up your hips, and now move your hips over to the right an inch or two. Drop your knees over to the left. You can stack your knees, or you can let your right knee be somewhere between your left knee and your left heel. Interlace your hands back behind you. Now squeeze your fingers together, so that's creating a nice firm grip so that your heavy head can rest into your hands and not be pulling on your neck. Pull your belly in here. It's going to feel like you're trying to pull your right hip further away from you. And now lift your shoulders. And then lift, 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 lift. Little pulses, both shoulders reaching up towards the ceiling, both elbows reaching away from one another and out of your peripheral vision. Keep working here. Pull your belly in, working your obliques. Breathe into it. Ten more. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay it on down and just stretch your arms out. You can look over towards your right thumb. If you like, you can stretch your right leg away and up towards your left hand. Maybe even get a hold of it here. And then release if you do have a hold of that right foot. Bring your knees on up. Lift up your hips, get neutral in your spine, lay them on back down. Take an interlace grip back behind you. We have some crunches to do here. Now pull your tailbone up, press your lower back towards the mat. You don't want to force it into the mat, but you want to be so engaged that you're not curling your tailbone towards the floor. Now, interlace grip, squeeze those fingers together and lift your shoulders up. Now, you might be looking just over your knees or maybe directly up towards your ceiling. And take your pulses here. And you should feel this a little higher, right below the rib cage, down to your belly button. Elbows stay wide. Keep it going. Pulse, 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 pulse. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay it on down. Take your arms out. Lift up your hips. Let them move over to your left and drop your knees over to your right. Breathe here for just a moment. Give yourself that rest. And then it's time to get the obliques on this left side. So find that interlace grip again. Pull your belly in. Pull your left hip away from you. And then lift both shoulders and pulse it here. Breathe into it. You're doing fantastic work. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay it on down, stretch your arms out. Look over your left shoulder towards your left thumb. And if you'd like, you can straighten through the right leg. Maybe get a hold of it with your left leg. Maybe get a hold of it with your right hand. Release and come on back to neutral position. Just lift up your hips here and sway them side to side. Until your lower back release. Now hold behind the knees. Pull your tail up towards the ceiling. Pull your forehead towards your knees. Kind of hollow it out, pulling navel to spine. You're just going to rock forward and back here. Want, you can stretch your legs up towards the ceiling for a little extra. You can earn a little ice cream. Take 5 more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Rock yourself all the way up. Take the soles of your feet together and lean it forward. All right, we're just about done. Roll the body on up and take a straddle position here. Your knees can be bent. Your hands can be behind you, and sometimes that's quite helpful to get your tail to reach back. If you need more, then you'll walk it forward, maybe onto your elbows. You could walk it even more forward, pulling your belly button towards the floor, more than your chest towards the floor. So feel that action of belly button drawing down. Walking it over to your right elbow down, left hand on the left hip. So if this is too intense, just bend into your left knee. That'll give you a lot more space to work with. Stretch the left arm overhead. Oh, feel the side body. Say thank you. And then lower the hand down. Walk it back towards center. Now we'll switch out the legs. If you do have that bend, otherwise you're just walking the hands over towards the left side, dropping the left elbow down, right hand on the right hip. Stretching right arm up and overhead to get that stretch to your waistband, your outer hip. And lowering hand down, walk it to center and then back up. All right, ladies, that's it. We are done for the evening. So next week, it's Wednesday instead of Tuesday. We're going to be doing a little bit of schedule changes, trying to accommodate hopefully some more classes, and Charlotte's schedule, because she will be off on the East Coast, but with streaming, we still get to take classes with her. So I'm super excited about that. And if you haven't tried yoga at the bar, I tried it today with Charlotte, and that is super fun too. I'll be subbing it for her next week. You can always give it a shot with me, and we can play from there. Let me know if schedule isn't working for you as far as day or time. We can do it a half an hour later if we need to, especially as maybe all of us start to get back to some type of activity outside of the house, perhaps. I am so glad to have had you here today.
Thanks, Karmie.
Have a great evening.
We'll see you next week, whatever time it is.
All right, thanks, Margo. Glad to hear it.
Not early in the morning.
Oh, no. It's going to be 5:30 or 6 at night. Yeah.
No,
Yep.
no, not 6 a.m., please.
Oh, no. I already do one of those. I'm not doing another one.
Okay.
All right. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.